There are libraries filled with books on leadership. Why don't we get a little started by saying, what about Leadership 101? Stay tuned, because here come the basics. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. I was reading an article by a gentleman named Max Klein, a very good article, on how to be a leader people will follow anywhere. And I saw some really good points I want to share with you. Of course, I'll be adding my own 2 cents, but once again, huge shout out to Max Klein for his outstanding article. There's a difference between having to follow you and wanting to follow you. Most people follow their bosses only because they're paid. No other reason. But a few good leaders inspire more than that. They inspire people to want to go above and beyond just because of how they lead. The difference between having to follow and wanting to follow can make the difference between average and great results for you as a leader. Here's how to be a leader people will want to follow. It actually comes in 2 parts. There's the physical and there's the mental. The first part, let's talk about the mental part, which is share the vision and sell the dream. Just as you as an individual, in order to be an achiever, in order to be a success, you've got to have a vision, something that you're going for, something that makes you want to single it out and really go for it. Well, duh, hello McFly, guess what? The same thing applies to everybody else. And if you are a leader of a group of people, whether it's 2 people, 100 people, or 1,000 people, one of the things that you want to make sure is that your vision is worthy of people to follow. Because if they have no vision to follow, there's no mental motivation to roll up their sleeves and get to work. Yeah, they'll do it for a paycheck, but they won't do it with any inspiration or any tenacity. They'll do just enough to get by. I'm sorry, the world's divided 95%, 5%. That's how the 95%ers work for the most part. They do enough just to get the job done. They don't do extra. They don't look for excellence. What drives people to excellence is a vision that is so worthy that they are willing to go the extra mile for you. That's the mental part. Share the vision, sell the dream. Secondly, let's talk about the physical. You have to be willing to humbly get your hands dirty. This is from the article. I love this. I love the story of the old man who during the Revolutionary War saw a group of muddy and exhausted soldiers struggling to get a defensive position built. Their leader, a corporal, was standing by just watching them work and shouting orders. The man asked the corporal why he hasn't been helping, to which he replied, "I'm in charge of leading these men. They do as I tell them." "So why aren't you helping?" asked the old man. "Because I'm their leader. They do as I say. If you feel so strongly you want to help, then go ahead." So the old man helped the men until the job was done. He thanked the soldiers for their hard work and for allowing him to help them. Dirty and sweaty, the old man walked up to the corporal. "You should notify higher command the next time your rank prevents you from supporting your men, and I will happily provide a more permanent solution for you." The corporal's face ran white as the commander of the Continental Army, General George Washington, mounted his horse and rode back to headquarters. Imagine the love the men had for him after that. Humble and dirty hands inspire that love. The best leaders I ever met get their hands dirtier and worked harder than everybody else. They did it without meddling or micromanaging or arrogance. If they were helping, they became a helper, not the boss, just the way George Washington did it. You're never above the work of those you lead. Of course, you can jump in and help with everything as you have to manage bigger things. You can't jump in and help with everything because you have to manage bigger things, but you are always ready to help if needed. A good leader who has the humility and willingness to get their hands dirty is a leader that people want to follow. You have to want and you have to care. People know if you want to be their leader or not, just like kids can sense if you resent them or resent your life. Not that employees are kids, but the perception of human acceptance of things is universal. Even if your job isn't curing cancer, you can still be proud of the work you're doing. Caring about your work is how you inspire others to care. When you care about doing a good job regardless of your mission, you set an example for pride in a work ethic. When you think like this, the people you lead know they have a leader who truly cares, a leader who wants to lead. Always remember this mantra as a leader. Lead by the power of your example, not by an example of your power. Too many leaders do that. And a leader who wants to lead and do their best regardless of the mission is a leader that people want to follow. You have to bleed and eat at the right times. You have to take care of your employees and they'll take care of your business. This is one of the most important aspects of leadership. Leaders bleed first and eat last, because that summarized leadership in 5 simple words. A leader puts the welfare of those they lead ahead of their own. They eat last. A leader puts themselves in discomfort or harm's way before those they lead. They bleed first. Mutual trust spawned from servant leadership makes someone a leader that people truly want to follow. The first and most important choice a leader makes is the choice to serve, without which one's capacity to lead is severely limited. That's a quote from Robert Greenleaf. So let's go over a conclusion here. If you can tip the scales from people having to follow you for a paycheck only versus wanting to follow you even if you weren't their boss, then you've become a great leader. If you have to pick one approach that inspires this desire to follow you the most effectively, it would be serving the people that you lead. And serving the people that you lead means the physical part and the mental part. And always remember that part of the mental part is not only sharing the vision and selling the dream for the whole company, the unit, whatever your little group is, but also for the individuals within that group. You're always mentoring, you're always teaching, you're always coaching, so that they can say to themselves, I'm learning from this person, I'm advancing, I can see myself moving up the ladder because of the things that this person is teaching me. Always be somebody that is teaching, that is mentoring, because that makes the other individuals hungry to learn more. Get your humble hands dirty, just like George Washington did. Take care of your people before you take care of yourself. Bleed first and eat last. When you do these things, you'll become a leader that people truly want to follow. Become the kind of leader that other people would follow voluntarily, even if you had no title or no position. And as always, in all of your endeavors, remember, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.